Hey, it's Ken here with UAV Coach. Welcome back to our Can I Fly My Drone series. This week we're going to answer the question, can I fly my drone near an airport? So let's fly in. Are you new to flying a drone, or are you just unsure whether or not you can fly your drone near an airport? Well, let's talk about what you need to know. First of all, every drone pilot should have at least one app on your phone that's an airspace and flight planning app, like Aloft Air Control or Autopilot, UA Sidekick, or others. These apps provide an airspace map that will show you controlled and uncontrolled airspace. It'll show you TFRs, special use airspace, restrictions, stadiums, airports, etc. In addition, they provide low altitude authorization and notification capability, or LANC, for both commercial and recreational flights. LANC is a system that allows you to obtain near real-time FAA authorization to fly your drone in controlled airspace, such as around airports that are in Class B, C, D, or E airspace, which is required by Part 107.41. So let's look at how a LANC authorization might work. When you open the app, generally it will bring you to your current location if you have your location function enabled, and it will give you an indication of whether or not you're in controlled, uncontrolled, or restricted airspace. I normally use the Aloft Air Control app, so it gives you a green indicator if you're in uncontrolled airspace and okay to fly, or a blue indicator if you're in LANC eligible controlled airspace. Yellow means caution, and red indicates restricted airspace or ground-based restrictions. If we zoom into an airport with controlled airspace, you'll see that it's broken up into grids with different altitude numbers between 0 and 400, with 400 being on the outer edge of the grid and 0 being close to or directly over the airport. If you click on the spot where you would like to fly your drone, you'll see the words UAS Facility Map with the permissible altitude for authorization. In this case, 300 feet. This means you can get automated FAA authorization to fly up to 300 feet above ground level. If you click on LANC, you'll be asked if this is a commercial or a recreational flight. Select the appropriate category and then indicate how high you want to fly, then the time and the duration, and review your flight information and then hit submit. With the Air Control app, you'll receive a text response and the approval will show up in the app. A further coordination request is available if you need to fly above the designated altitude in the grid. For example, in a 100-foot grid, you may want to fly up to 300 feet. Or in a 0 grid, you may want to fly up to 400 feet. You can submit a request to fly up to 400 feet above ground level, but you won't get a response immediately. The FAA requires a minimum of 72 hours to process a further coordination request, but it could take up to 90 days. My experience has been that generally within a week or two, usually, sometimes sooner, you'll get a response. However, directly above the airport property is shown in red, and further coordination through LANC is not available. In this area, you have to go to the FAA's Drone Zone website and apply for an airspace authorization. We talked about LANC and how it works with airports in controlled airspace, but you should know that not all airports are in controlled airspace. For example, Grassy Meadows Airport, which is where I'm standing at now, is in Class G airspace, which is uncontrolled. FAA authorization is not required to fly your drone near or over this airport. Don't forget though that Part 107.43, titled Operation in the Vicinity of Airports, states that no person may operate a small unmanned aircraft in a manner that interferes with operations and traffic patterns at any airport, a heliport or a seaplane base. And 107.37 requires that you yield the right-of-way to all unmanned aircraft. So can you fly your drone near an airport? Well, yes, you can, as long as you obtain FAA authorization either through LANC or Drone Zone if the airport is in controlled airspace. and at any airport if you don't interfere with operations of the airport. Your pro tip is, if you plan to fly near an airport, make sure you know if it's in controlled airspace or uncontrolled airspace, and plan ahead in case you need further coordination approval. Let us know in the comments if you have a "Can I fly my drone?" question so that we can address that in a future video. Also, hit the thumbs up button if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the UAV Coach channel to be notified of upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and from all of us here at UAV Coach, we wish you blue skies and safe flying. We'll see you soon.